Here's exactly how you can highlight text like this using only CapCut Mobile. No complicated software needed. Just so you know, I drop CapCut tutorials like this, so if you want to learn more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now without further ado, go ahead and open CapCut. For the first step, you're going to import your photo into CapCut. Now once that is imported, you can stretch it the way you want or be creative with the photo in your video, however you want it to be. Now, we are going to go ahead and add a text. You click on add text, and over here I'll simply add 3 dots. Now once that is done, I'll go ahead to styles, background, and select this one. You can select anyone that you really like, and it's fine by you. Over to corner radius, if you like you can tweak it however you want it to be, but I basically want mine to be like this. Go ahead to width and I'll stretch it out to the fullest. Now I'll basically change the color of the background to yellow, and now back to styles where we have text. I'll change the text of these 3 dots from white to yellow, so the 3 dots don't show. Make sure the color is the same and consistent with the color of the background. Now once you have that, you're going to go ahead and scale it to the size that you want with respect to the size of the text you want to highlight. Now in order for me to see properly, I'm going to go ahead and reduce the opacity. Under style, still in background, I'll reduce the opacity so I can actually see clearly the text underneath and I know how to position it properly. Now if you look keenly, you see that the 3 dots are still showing. That's because we have reduced this opacity and we have not reduced the opacity of the dot color. Still on this page, I'm going to leave the opacity to around 78. Now we head back to the text, and here we'll put the opacity at 78 as well, or just reduce the opacity of it, reduce it down to 0 so you don't see those 3 dots at all. Now once this is done, click on this check. Now you expand this to find the full width of the text in which you want to highlight, and click on your main clip, which is the photo. We are going to go ahead and duplicate this like this. After duplicating, you convert it to an overlay, bring it under the initial clip. Now this is the most important part. Now what you want to do here is you're going to go to remove BG and select chroma key. Normally the text is always going to be written on something, right? And that something behind will have a kind of a static color. So I'm going to select the color of this background, which is kind of white. Now this basically, just leave the rest of the stuff as it is and you click on the tick. Now go back and select layers. Why this overlay is selected? Sorry. We'll go back to the text rather. In the text tab, we are going to go ahead and select layers. Now you will place this text underneath the overlay like this, or you simply just use these arrow keys front or back. Now you see what we have done here, right? Good. Take note there are other ways to achieve this. Okay, now back to our style background, I am going to reduce the height. Now that looks fine, and we can reduce the opacity more. Now that's actually great. Another way to do this is without using the text, you can as well bring in an image like a paint brush or a paint splatter. You put it here and you tweak the overlays. Just follow the same process. So now we'll continue over to animations. There's an animation I'm going to search for, which is showing right. Now you select it. Do you see what happens? Good. Now when you play it back, you see what we have. You just highlighted the text there. And again, if you want to make this a little bit more interesting, okay, you can always do this. Export. We are done with this one, so we export it. Now once that is exported, you click on done, new projects, bring in that same clip you had exported, and you do some keyframing. So first of all, we can do is create a freeze frame at the beginning, just so we have a little bit more space, a little bit more room before the whole thing starts. Then right here now, we are going to put a freeze frame that kind of zooms in. So we have something like this. No, that's a little bit too much. It was too sudden there. This one is normal. So we'll remove this. Yeah. Now you add a freeze frame. You add a keyframe, sorry. You move ahead, you add another keyframe, and you zoom it a little bit into the text, like so. You head over to this curve and you select quad out. Now look at what we have. Now this is how you can make your videos more interesting. You give it more motion graphics. Yeah, it's another way of doing motion design inside of CapCut. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for more amazing content like this. Now that's basically it. Just like that, you're able to highlight in CapCut like a pro. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel and see you on me next.